See a bard in the corner. Hi everyone, it's Bardic Whispers here today, and I'm going to be doing another quick character build. This one's going to be fairly straightforward, and I realise I haven't actually done a ranger. So what I was thinking about this backstory, I think this actually came from what I suggested from one of you all. When I was requesting what kind of character builds you would like to see and everything like that. I think I'm going to go with a straight human. Not a straight human, but like just a human. I don't know what their sexual orientation will be, but it doesn't matter. I mean, it kind of matters if you're not really doing that kind of thing in your campaign, but that's the kind of campaign that you would want to set up. Broad spectrum. Human can be a whole bunch of things. Everyone's second best friend. That's rude. Okay. Lasting institution, examples of ambition, human names and ethnicities. Kalashai, Kondathan, Damaran, Shu, Tamaran, and Testmirian. Let's make this person let's make them Damaran. Now let's go with names. So Damaran is found primarily in the northwest of Furin. Damarans are moderately heighted, built with skin hues ranging from tawny to fair. Their hair is usually brown or black, and their eye colour varies widely from brown, but brown is most common. That's basically me. I think I've got fair skin, brown hair, brown eyes. Damaran names. Let us go with Glar. Glar stood out to me first, so let's go and start. So what this one is going to be is going to be a ranger. The ranger is going to be environmentalist, and this environmentalist is going to also be studying and documenting dragons. So I do a lot of dragon themed things for Dungeons and Dragons. Something at the moment. I think in the recent campaign I'm making and stuff, I've had a few thoughts on a few different dragons that I want to build. I think I might do a... Whoop! I'm breaking everything on my little set. What am I doing? Oh lordy. Thinking about doing some homebrew or some like creature generation for some dragons in my thing, so I might actually make them in a video to let you know what I'm thinking. So this is Glar. Dragon documentaries. Okay. So let's go to Ranger and have a look see. Yeah, I think it'd be cool to sort of like have them as a specific, a kind of specific interest in a creature and protecting them or something like that. But we'll see, because I know there's definitely Beastmaster as well. Ranger is 89. Here we go. deadly hunters, independent adventurers. Let's have a look. Creating a ranger. As you create a ranger, consider nature of the training you gave your particular capabilities. Do you have a single mentor wandering the wilds together to master the ranger's ways? Or did you leave your apprenticeship on the ways to mentor slain, leave your apprenticeship of favourite enemies? That was a bit of a hash of a read, because I went through two different sentences. Ranger, level, a few different things, favourite enemies. Is there a fighter as well? Yes. So ranger, natural explorer, fighting style, archery, defense, dueling, two-weapon fighting, spellcasting, feral senses, vanish, hide in plain sight. So we have the hunter, the beastmaster, hunter and beastmaster. So, what is a hunter? Emulating the hunter's archetype means accepting your place in the bulwark between civilizations and terrors of the wilderness. As you walk the hunter's path, you learn specialized techniques for fighting threats you face, from rampaging ogres and hordes of orcs to towering giants and terrifying dragons. So this is Colossus Sound, Giant Killer, Horde Breaker. Defensive tactics, escape the horde, multi-defense attack, volley, evasion. Beastmaster, exceptional training, that will be 3-star, you command your beast companion for an attack action. I think we might just have it as a hunter. So the hunter focuses on anti-poaching of dragons. So I think in terms of the African counter poachers, or the people that hunt, the people that poach the elephants and stuff, I'm thinking that kind of sort of mentality, a piece of sort of information. So this is just straight up attacks. There's no magic. So very high skilled tracking and everything like that. Just classic Glar. Can find anything for you. We'll endlessly talk about dragons, and if he sees anything going wrong against the dragon archetype or dragon creature type, he will flip his lid. So we have the acolytes. We're going to go into background now, obviously. The charlatan, entertainer, guild artisan, hermit, noble, sage. I think maybe entertainer. And why I think entertainer, because even though they're actively countering a lot of these poaching and pieces and stuff, sorry about the planes, but I think they might be like a writer or like a documenter, like David Attenborough kind of thing, or Steve Irwin, but for dragons. Maybe. No, maybe. Yeah, crikey. Now, I am Australian, so I will not be pushing forward the standard Australian Aussie slang terms, because that is rude, friends. I kid. Rigidage, crikey. A true blue Aussie. I'm from the south of Australia, not South Australia, but I'm in the south. And I don't really speak like that, it's more northern Australian. Like Queensland. I got an 8 for personality trait. I change my mood or my mind as quickly as I change a key in a song. So absent-minded. And indecisive. D6. 5. People. I like seeing smiles on people's faces when I perform. That's all that matters. Loves to entertain. Now how that would be is informing people and running seminars on dragons and why they're so good and everything like that. My instrument is my most treasured possession and it reminds me of someone I love. So weaponry is draconic in nature. And the bow is the instrument. And floor 5. I have trouble keeping my true feelings hidden. My sharp tongue lands me in trouble. What are we about? Environmental and dragon preservation. Okay, so this is a fairly eccentric, very animated, very feelings on the sleeve, heart exposed to everyone kind of person. They are openly championing dragons and the necessity for environmental ecosystems and the way of life. So they love to be able to scream this to the heavens, that how much they love dragons and why everyone needs to be more informed and support these people, these dragons and stuff. All of his weaponry is draconic or has little dragon etchings or little doodles or sketches and stuff, and he's always writing a book, so let's say he has always these ideas and thoughts on how to better improve dragons pieces and everything like that. Carries multitude of weapons for range and close distance when he's sort of fighting poachers or defending himself if he gets a little bit too close to a dragon or a kobold, for instance. And yes, he's fairly hot-headed and vocal about environmentalism, almost to the point where he may be sort of like an eco-terrorist at sometimes, or convey how extreme his views might be about being environmentally friendly. Now, let's go to their little trinkets. Where are my trinkets at? I'm back at Entertainer. How do we... Here we go. I will, as always, need my knee at percentage die. 97. That doesn't really work. Tiny mechanical crap. 22. Cool. Lower on the spectrum. A wooden statuette of a smug halfling. halfling statue. What? And 84. And 84. A receipt of deposit at a bank in a far-flung city. Excellent. Cool. That sort of works out. Now the small halfling statue, how is that coming into play? Spends a lot of time in the halfling communities that were also protecting and supporting the anti-poaching of dragons in the area, I think. Yes, okay, cool. That works. So, I think So I think what this person will look like is a very smiley face, very happy, like really sort of a really almost like a TV presenter for a gardening show. Big brown beard, scraggly hair, a little bit unkempt, a little bit Aragon, Strider kind of look, but sort of a big sort of fluffy beard, almost like I think it's John Brown, the sort of a fighter for American rights earlier on in James Brown, Bob Brown, something like that. I'm Australian, but he was a bit of a unit for abolition, I think. Anyway, so yeah, just sort of scruggly, wears a large black cloak that sort of looks like dragon wings or is sort of intricate, so maybe it is made from dragon skin, so it's protected from fire or dragon's breath in some instances. I think there is actually a cloak that maybe there. Carries a little trinket from his times with the halfling communities in his anti-poaching days when he was doing and writing his first book. And he also has the receipt for his earnings for his books, seminars and everything in a distant city, but doesn't largely take into account those earnings as it just goes away, and donates a lot of it to conservation efforts. As I said, very vocal about environmentalism, and they stand out by their very unique look and their clear, what's the word? Affirmative? Their love for dragons, basically. Affection for dragons, I suppose. Yeah, their name is Glar. They are a ranger fighting against that. yeah, a bit of an interesting one. Rangers, I think Rangers get a lot of flack for not being fighters and everything, but like I think they have a lot more aspects. If you're doing a lot more beast hunting and those kind of things, or a little bit more adventuring focused campaigns, I think they work just as good as a fighter. And I think it's a little bit more of a, diversity um, of character, or a diversity of skill sets within the team. So I think every single class feature set and racial trait have benefits in their own aspects. I think it's the way you build them and the way you want to play them that definitely benefits. So I don't think you should really necessarily be disheartened by using a ranger. If you want just a very highly versatile, get in, get out, and environmental kind of character to play, I think that's more than fine. Thank you everyone for listening. I hope you enjoyed, and enjoy your